Did you ever in your long-legged life meet a long-legged sailor with a long-legged wife? Hi, it's so good to see you. Welcome back to the music room. Today we're looking at a really fun game that I like to use for 5th graders on down to 2nd graders. They can play it either by themselves in a circle looking at everybody, or they can play with a partner. Did you get a chance to check out my video where we played the game with my music club? You should check it out. Today we're going to be looking at the rhythm and melody elements that you can teach using the song. Today, let's start with rhythm. Did you ever in your long-legged life meet a long-legged sailor with a long-legged wife? Let's look at the words. Did you ever in your long-legged life? Would you clap that with me? Did you ever in your long-legged life? But I skipped a couple of words, didn't I? Did you? That's the part where we're taking our hands and we're doing them back and forth. Today we're going to be looking at a fermata. A fermata is pretty rare in singing games. There are a few, but this is a really great example of a fermata. So you need to make sure that you're showing where the fermata happens first without describing it. Did you? I wonder if there are any rhythms that sound like something that long. Did you? Well, what about half notes? I wonder if that would work. Did you ever in your long-legged life? That might work. It could be a half note with a half note, but that's not really what is going on. Instead, the words are written like this. Did you ever in your long-legged life? But these don't look like half notes. Instead, they look like a T-T. But it doesn't go T-T-T-T-T-T-T-T-T-ta, T-T-ta. That's the way it works for no, I never in my long-legged life. But that is in the middle of the phrase. This is at the very beginning. Did you? Instead of this being a T-T with a beam, they're really two separate sounds that are going really long. So instead of having a T-T with a beam, we need to use T's with a flag. So they're two separate notes, and each note is being sung separately, kind of long, right? Did you? But what makes them go so long like that? There is a special symbol called a fermata. That is all it takes. As long as the students know what it sounds like, know how it's described, you just tell them the name and you show them the symbol. Fermata. You just draw one over each note that you're holding on to, and then you hold it as long as it feels right. Did you ever in your long-legged life? Try it with me. Did you ever in your long-legged life? And this is a fermata. It's that simple. And then if you're doing a lesson on fermata, you can also choose a bunch of classical music examples that have a fermata in them. There are so many. I won't list them here. That's not what this channel is about. But I wanted to show you an example from a singing game for fermata. And now melody. No, I never in my long-legged life meet a long-legged sailor with a long-legged wife. This song has a really limited melody, right? It's only with do, re, mi, re, do, mi. Do, re, mi, re, do, mi, re, do. So it's a great way of getting 5th graders and 4th graders at the beginning of the year during review to treat do, re, mi as a chunk of 3 pitches. It's a quick way of going, there are 3 pitches by step, and they're called do, re, mi. That's when you present it. But this is a really great song for preparing for that moment where you're reviewing that there is a chunk of 3 pitches by step. Do, re, mi. And one of the ways is I use these contour visuals where there's a piece of paper that I put underneath the document camera. It's up on the screen. All the kids are sitting there, and I just say, perhaps after playing the game or right before we're about to play the game, sing the letters with me. D, Y, E, 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 I, Y, L, L, L. What song is this? And oftentimes someone will go, did you ever in your long-legged life? Let's play the game. That is a melodic transition into a game, and it's a great way to use a visual that is showing 3 pitches by step. Then after we actually play the game, then we're gonna have a time where we go up to the board and I'll say, sing this part, long-legged wife, and I'll say, try this part with me, long-legged wife, sing that, long-legged wife. There are 3 questions that I gotta ask. Does that go up or does that go down? So right away, I'm working on what are the attributes of this melody. Does it go up? Or does it go down? Long-legged wife. And even though most people will say this, there will be some kids who show this. And I say, let's try that. Long-legged wife. No, that doesn't work. Of course it goes down. Long-legged wife. And then we look at the staff, and I happen to have a staff with a do clef on space number 1, which means this sound right here. This sound is a me, and it starts right here. Long-legged wife. It goes down, but does it go down by steps or down by skips? And I have them vote and show down by steps or down by skips. And of course, I'm looking around because someone's gonna go down by skips. So I start by showing down by skips. Let's try it down by skips. Long, I'm gonna skip the line because that's what a skip means. And I'm gonna skip the line because that's what a skip means. And it sounds like this, long-legged wife. That doesn't sound right. It's not down by skips, it's down by steps. Long-legged wife. So I'll have a student come on up. This is right. Could you put this down by only a step? And they'll put this down onto the line. Long-legged wife, could you put this down by a step? And sometimes they will still do this. It's the beginning of the year. You know, summer drift is a real thing. We have about 2.5 months of summer here, and when the students come back at the beginning of the year, they have forgotten a lot of things in melody and rhythm, music, math, reading, science, everything. There's a thing called summer drift, and it's real. No, this is a skip. It has to only be a step, so it goes down to the space. 3 pitches by step. 3 pitches by step. Long-legged wife. Let's show it on our body. Long-legged wife. Try that again. Long-legged wife. So there are 3 pitches by step. 3 pitches by step. You notice I'm repeating this over and over. Repetition is the mother of good teaching. Repeat things, especially when the point is review. You just repeat things so that it attaches in their memory. Yes, there are 3 pitches by step. Let's play a new game. Well, that was fun looking at Long-Legged Sailor today. In the rhythm, we looked at a fermata and how you can use it to teach fermata to your kids, and also how you can use the melody to review do, re, mi as a chunk with your older kids. It was great having you here in the music room, and I'll see you next week when we look at another game and the rhythm and melody elements you can teach with it. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Ever in your long-legged life, meet a long-legged sailor with a long-legged wife. No, I never in my long-legged life, meet a long-legged sailor with a long-legged